G'day guys, how's it going? This is the Nifty lift, a lightweight pulley system with a shoestring. My question is, can I lift a Suzuki DR650, roughly about 170 kilograms, using this little pulley system? Now, because this string is very small, I'm going to use a little pole system. So I've got something to bloody grab onto, and I reckon actually this floor is very slippery, so I'm going to have to get in behind this bench so I can use some pull on it. Rightio, here we go. Jesus. There you go. That is one DR650 lifted up. Beautiful. Down we go. How's that side stand looking? I was going to, yep, there we go. Beautiful. So, that's not easy, you know, lifting this up. But there's going to be, I reckon, some other uses with a motorcycle that I reckon might be pretty bloody good for guys with big bikes riding by themselves. Now there is a lot more easier ways of getting your wheels of your motorbike off the ground while you're in the garage. Clearly a jack like this, a hydraulic jack. Bugger all effort, and hey presto, we're up. I can lift it here, I can lift it over there, wherever I want. I can even, if I wanted to, move the bloody thing around. Great. But if I want to lift something from the ground up and onto somewhere, the Nifty lift is what you want. Rightio guys, let's have a look at what we've got here. So it comes with two lanyards. So you'll see here we've got two lanyards. They are 7 feet long. That's what I used on the motorcycle. This apparently is high strength shuttle parachute cord, and it has a breaking point of 1,600 pounds, which I think, if I look at my notes, 728 kilograms is when this thing will break. Its safe working load is, what was it? 700 pounds, which is 317 kilograms. Amazing for something this small. I don't know if I can get this in the picture, but if I push like that, hopefully we're getting some, might do it over here actually. There you go. Crazy stuff. Right, so we've got the two pulleys. I'll go into a bit more about that in a minute. And then we've got, I think that's 40 feet worth of cord there. Right, this whole little system here. So you've got two pulleys. It's got 4 pulleys on it, so that gives you a ratio of 1 to 4. I don't understand all this stuff, but basically 1 to 4. So it's 4 times easier to lift whatever you're trying to lift. Check it out, bloody do a search on pulleys. There's plenty of people that explain the whole thing. It just starts to do my head in. It just makes things easier to lift or pull or whatever you're trying to do. So you get those two. This is the Deluxe. There is a basic, a Deluxe, and then they also have the little snatch block duvlacky thing. The only difference between the Deluxe and the basic is that this comes with red anodizing or blue anodizing, and this Clevis locking system there. Obviously you get these two shackles, all this cord, you get a burlap bag if you want to carry it around in that, and also this carry case. Now the carry case is with the Deluxe, not with the standard one. Now the standard one just has silver, which is unanodized, doesn't have the locking clevis, and of course doesn't have that. Albert Peel is the man that does it. He over in America, so it's an American owned company. Everything is made in America. Amazing, I know. And it's also what did he say? They employ veteran first employees to make all this stuff, which if you're an American is bloody great stuff. Always support your country first if you can. Righto, so the costs of all this stuff, I've got to look at me bloody, put me short lookers on. So the deluxe version is $159.95 American US dollars. So to buy it, so they convert that to Australian, $217 Australian. The basic version of this is $89.95 US, which is $122 Australian. The little snatch block is $45. You can actually get that in, that's plain unanodized silver. You can also get it in black, blue or red anodized. I don't think there's any difference in the cost for that, which is $61 Australian. Now Albert sent me an email saying, obviously this has been sent to me, it's been given to me, just to do a review on it. Now Albert, the shipping, he said he's already shipped plenty to Australia and also to New Zealand, and it will cost $28 US, which is $38 Australian to get it here if you were to order it off his website. I don't believe you can get it anywhere else. It's not on Amazon or eBay or any of those things. You basically go to Albert's website, which is nifty-lift.com, and you can purchase it directly from him. Right, I think I've gotten all the information out that I thought was relevant. So what I'm going to do, move some bikes out of here. I just want to quickly show using this pulley system to lift up something heavy. This is for, you know, if you're by yourself or you're getting old and lifting things and you might be, you know, you might have a crook back or something like that. This is where I think this really comes into it. So I'm going to lift up something heavy to put it onto a shelf. We'll do that. And then once I've got that done, then we're going to go out and get into the motorbike, which I think might be a bit of a, dare I say, a game changer. Righto, let's get into it. Reckon about there should do the trick. Rightio guys, so now I'm most probably going to put this in fast motion, but this is just setting it up and then lift. You'll see down here what I'm going to lift. So I just grabbed this little bloody unit. I'm going to need a stool. Righto, that's on there. Grab my two lanyards, bring you guys down. Right, so I've got this little, I reckon that's pretty solid, little Villiers motor. I might feed that through there and get the other one. Where can I feed? Oh, I reckon that's pretty strong. This isn't, you know, overly heavy. And I'll grab that little pulley system. Oh, I've got to watch that, the Clevis grabs hold. Pull the little system down. That rope on the other side. Righto, so now all we're going to do is basically lift this up. Boom, move it over, release it from its clevis, and hey presto, look at that. So I'm just going to lift that again. Oop. lift that up. And then there's the clevis that is now holding that there. Now they say not to rely on this. You should, you know, tie this down somewhere if you want to hang something. And then to take it out of that, you just pull a little bit and then pull it out, a bit like a blind, and then it can go up and down. I'll give you a close-up on that clevis in action. Righto guys, it's not the best lighting situation, but there's that clevis. When you pull down, I'll just pull this now. So you can see that it's sitting in that clevis, and when I let go, that's got it. You can still pull in through that clevis, and then to release it, you have to go out that way to then let it go down or bring it back in. And then there you go, it's holding it again. So pretty good little system there. Now, as you notice, when I lifted up the bike, I had this rope and I was way over there. So when I was there, I couldn't have come back to then, you've got to come back straight down to get that in the clevis. So I couldn't have it hold it from over there. But anyway, there you go. That's the deal. Lifting something up that's heavy, putting it onto something, bloody good job. Righto, let's get into the motorbike side of shit. Rightio guys, so this is the deal. We've got a motorbike here. It is currently standing up. I've got a tree. I've put the lanyard around the tree, which is then looped into the Duvalaki there. And then we've got the other lanyard that's coming through there, there, and then into that. So I'm going to lay this bike over, and then we're going to see if Nay can lift it.
We'll see.
Rightio, as you can see, bike is on the ground. One thing to mention too is I've put a gotcha strap on the front brake. So just got to have something to hold down your front brake, otherwise as you lift it, the bike's going to want to roll. Or put it in gear, but you need to put that front brake. Righto, when you're ready, bub. See if you can, so it's going to be easy then hard. Look at that. So can you now walk over and see if you can then just put the bike stand on?
Without tripping over the rope.
Yep. Hey, how was that? So was that hard or it didn't look hard at all for you?
No, it wasn't even hard.
Wasn't a challenge?
No, not at all.
Yeah, so if you've got a big Africa Twin or a big Triumph or a big BMW, being a bloke, you'll be able to pull one of these up. We'll just quickly do that again, just so I can show myself doing it.
I was not ready.
Yeah, so I got it. Beauty. So obviously, guys, you know, you've got to have fallen over and have something that you can wrap around a tree or whatever. If you're in the middle of the desert and you don't have a tree, well then you're buggered. This isn't going to work for you. What'd you say? Don't trip over that?
Don't trip over that.
Yeah, easy as bloody pie.
Now walk to the bike, put the stand down.
Boom.
Simples.
You are out of trouble. Away you bloody well go. Rightio, so how was that? That was absolutely brilliant. Now, obviously, I can pick up Max the DR650 by myself, but there have been times I've been with Alistair and we've been doing this god-awful, it wasn't even a track, first gear, trying to get through all this bush, stinking hot, all our camping gear on, and I remember hitting a bloody stump, going over, Alistair was already way ahead, and I'm trying to pick this bloody bike up. I was exhausted, I just couldn't pick the bloody bike up. So what I had to do was take all the luggage off, and then I was able to pick it up. If I had one of these, man, that would have made it a hell of a lot easier. Right, so this has a lifetime warranty, but not the cordage does not have that warranty, obviously. This little snatch block. Now the reason why you'd have something like this is if you wanted to redirect where you're pulling the line, you wanted to redirect it to be able to pull it from a different angle, one of these would be good. But remember, that's a separate thing to that when you buy it. That was obviously just thrown in for me. Right, so what is all this? Do I really want to add this to already the gear that I'm carrying on my bike? So how much does it weigh? It weighs, so for the cordage and that, and let's just say with that there, that's the minimal thing, 535 grams. This extra little thing here, that weighs 70 grams by itself. If you wanted to put this, use this to carry it around, which I think would be a good idea, just keeps it all nice. That's 162 grams. So in total, if you were to use all this, it's 697 grams. That's pretty light when you think about it. Right, so now the other thing, the last thing I want to try, which I haven't tried yet, and I see a really good thing for this, when you get bogged, the bike is bogged. We all know when the bike's bogged, it is so hard to get that bike going. I wonder whether, well, it's logically thinking, yes, it's going to be easier to have that. It's going to take less effort to pull the bike. But if you're by yourself, you're bogged, how do we hook up, pull, and then also the bike, you know what I mean? I just want to give that a shot, just some different ways of doing it. Right, let's have a look. Rightio guys, so this is the setup. So I've got the bike here. I've got it in first gear, so that wheel is not going to be able to roll. The front one is. I've wrapped one lanyard around there, just joined to there. The other lanyard is around the tree like before and just hooked on there. Now, when you look at the distance here, it's not a huge amount of distance. So what you could do, because I carry paracord in my tank bag, you could use that. Now this is as far as you can get this bike away with having the pull cord where I'm going to be next to the bike and pulling. But using the paracord, you could put that in between there and actually get further, say a tree that's further away. Righto, let's give it a shot. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just try and push this bike, see if I can push it. I can just push that. So now, let's see if I can do that easier with the old pulley. Oh, so I could have had the bike a little bit further back. That's all right. So, and I've got motorcycle gloves. I'm not using that pole. I have previously picked the bike up just using my gloves. So, if I just get that balanced. Yeah, wow. That is way easier. I mean, you're just doing it bit by bit, but look at that. Put a bit more effort into it. Easy. All right, I'll stop there because I'm going to wreck my lawn. Righto, so that's not a true bog. If you're bogged, it's going to be harder to do that. But I think that just proves that having that pulley system is just going to make it so much easier to get a bike out of the bog. As I said before, it's going to be dependent on whether you got a tree or something to hook onto. If you don't have that, this system is pretty much bloody useless. Righto. Okay, so now just another quick note. if you manage to skip over one of the pulleys and it gets caught, you can undo all that, lift that up and fix the cable. I actually did that. I got it caught, it got jammed up there, and it was my fault because I had this bloody, when it was all crossed up. But if you do happen to do a mistake like I did, you can easily undo those, or whichever one, and fix that problem. Rightio, so there you go, guys. That is the Nifty lift in action. I was quite surprised when I first started doing it, and I was lifting the bike up in the air, and I was having trouble with me bloody setup up there. I had to do some welding and extra whatever. I'm thinking, oh, you know, really, what, you know, why do I want to lift my motorbike? I've got a jack, it does it. Wasn't until I started thinking and looking at there's plenty of other YouTube videos on the old Nifty, people lifting up snowmobiles. There was one guy over in Norway, and this, I don't know how many kilos it was. It was a huge, big, bloody thing he lifted up. They actually used a winch, an electric winch, to actually do the pulling, but it proved the strength of this wire or the cordage. Anyway, but the pulling up the bike, that for me was a game changer. I can see that being, you know, if you're out by yourself, you're on a big bike that you struggle to pick up, or you're getting in your later ages, or you have a crook back, or whatever it is, that can get you out of a major problem. The same with that bog situation. You know, this is not field tested in any way, but I can see that, yeah, it can. And like I said, not always going to get you out of the shit if you don't have something to strap onto. Albert, mate, thank you very much for sending this. I love it. I reckon it's great. I would definitely recommend it. Is this something that I'm going to carry with me? No, not as an everyday carry. You know, I could pick my bike up. I'm normally riding with other people. But when I do those certain rides where I'm on myself, or I'm going to places like the high country, or if I know that I'm going to be going in an area, it might be the Otways or something like that, where it's going to be boggy and stuff, I'll definitely take this setup with me because it doesn't take up much room at all. It'll just sit right on the very bottom of my pannier, and away we go. All right, shut up, Mark. Stop bloody waffling on, rambling like I normally do. Righto, guys, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.